What is going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, August 26, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, fixed air moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you all. I hope everybody had a great weekend. If you're interested in getting a reading from me, there's an email in the description below. Email that. There'll be a guy on the other end. He'll respond. You get booked, and then you get the reading. The guy on the other end is me. If you're interested, it's down there. I'd love to work with anybody interested. So, I hope you're ready for the week. I hope you had a great weekend. Like I said, let's take a look at this moon day on this 26th of August. We start off the day with the third quarter square of the sun and the moon. Woohoo! So, that moon in Gemini is coming in. It's going to square the sun. It's very mental energy with Gemini and Virgo here. Very curious. Lots of changes trying to be made. Just like a quick glance at this chart too, because we're looking at Pluto here too. Like, look at this Pluto. September 1st, Pluto comes back into Capricorn. 006 minutes of geometry. Well, it's in a quintile triangle with the Sun and Mars, which are in their quintile, and then the biquintiles over to Pluto. Really interesting stuff about the desire. There's a lot of internal desire right now for change. And I think even this this third quarter square of the moon and the sun are quite interesting in these two mutable signs. And having Jupiter in Gemini, having Mars in Gemini, having Venus in Virgo, and of course Saturn and Neptune over there in Pisces. So really, like, Sagittarius is the only lone mutable sign at the moment. It's just interesting, like, the changeability that's happening right now. And I think we're starting to see a lot of internal desire for certain changes that we need to make, certain things that we are probably envisioning for a future for ourselves, while simultaneously also feeling like there's more work to be done. Like, there's just more more game plan that needs to be had, and then things are going to pop. And I think that there's some truth to that. So a lot of mutability, feeling some change, lots of expression, lots of paying attention. There's lots of analytics going on within our emotions, within our mind. Of course, Mercury's getting ready to station here at 21 degrees in 2 days. Out of retrograde. It's definitely been an intense Mercury retrograde. And I don't usually say that much about Mercury retrograde, but this one felt pretty heavy, starting in Virgo, coming back into Leo, being in mutual reception with the sun in Virgo, moon in Leo. A lot of like inner dialogue that's being felt right now, trying to come out and be expressed, shine light on it. How can we purify things? How can we make things better? How do we express some of these things too? It's like I feel like there's so much internal desire and dialogue going on within our emotions, within different dynamics that we're thinking about. How do we express these things, get them kind of out into the open? How do we shine that light on them, right? Because really, that's the thing with the sun, is it's shining its light, it's showing itself. Mercury's in Leo. Whether it's writing things out, I mean, I don't know. It's almost like getting things ready for like different changes, things that you can do to make your day-to-day life more into alignment with where you're looking to go. It's a long journey. There's always somewhere to go on the journey. Where do we want to go? I think it's a good opportunity to figure out, kind of plan things out, not stress over the plans. Write it. If you're writing it down, write it in pencil, because you might erase it later. But just kind of getting that kind of game plan going, getting things understood, getting the emotions out, and seeing where those go. Because they're going somewhere. Venus here is starting to trine over to Uranus, starting to also oppose Neptune. Mars is starting to square Neptune. Mars and Venus, of course, are still in a square by orb, even though it's separating now as Venus is starting to pull ahead. But there's a lot of focus on how to get the feeling of life that we want. Kind of like, how can we create dreams? We could feel kind of like, in some ways, far from our dreams, like they're just on the other side of some river, some imaginary thing, and we need to swim over there and go get it. And it's just like a step-by-step thing. Sometimes the step-by-step is more mental, getting your mind in preparation, getting your mind dialed into the changes that can be made. So I do feel like there's a force of change kind of starting this week, but it can be a really positive force. I think if we're dialing into what it takes to get to where we want to go, instead of feeling like we're so far away, we want to feel like we're with it, but it's going to take work to actually feel it in a physical sense. So whether it's money, relationships, jobs, career, whatever it is, whatever's going to make your life have more quality, more value, we got to bring it in, feel it, understand it as best we can, start writing things out, talking to people, talking to friends, that sort of thing, and get things better understood. Because I feel like this Monday can feel like it's moving very fast mentally. I don't know if time's actually going to feel like it's moving fast or not, but I do think like mentally we're going to feel like things are clicking, and we're going to want to be stimulated, and we can, bring that stimulation into our own lives by writing a good list of things that we want to get done that's going to better us moving forward as individuals. So expression's key today, keeping that curious open mind, being open emotionally for what's going to be, for what's better. It's a lot of it's just about what's better. Things can always get a little bit better. Even if things are great, we can, eat a little bit better. We can this, that, another thing. Like, I don't know how many examples to throw out. We can always, better ourselves, right? That's what's the old saying, right? If you get 1% better every day, this is a good day on this Monday, is like 1% better is 1% better. And that compounds over time. So, you start linking a week up, that's 7%. Then all of a sudden, 1% of that 7% is now 3%. Not really, but you get the idea. It's bad math, but think about the compound interest of the changes you want to make to get more fruit out of your reality, out of your money situations, out of your relationships, out of your own self-worth, your own value. Change is good. Change is necessary. It brings growth. So there's always something we can tweak and change. I think today it becomes very obvious. Let's understand those things as best we can. And it's okay to change, a plan too. It doesn't have to be the end all be all plan of all plans right now, but wouldn't hurt to kind of get that inner emotional, intense sort of desire for something, get the ball rolling in some way, shape, or form. All right. And then the moon's going to finish off the day starting to really square Saturn. But that's like late in the evening, so I'm not like too worried about that moon Saturn square today. On the East Coast, you'll probably be asleep. On the West Coast, I mean, if you're up late, maybe you'll feel it. Maybe there's some emotional blockage, something kind of halting our throat chakra, not letting us express ourselves. So I would say start off the day early with this third quarter square between the moon and the sun and really get things expressed, get things done. Kind of like early bird gets the worm today. Set yourself up for success. Set yourself up for success down the road with little tiny steps and aim. Today especially, I feel like it's just such a good setup in the astrology. Like just 1% better today. Whatever that means to you is important, So I'm not here to tell you what that is for you, but I'm telling you that you have all the tools in your tool bag to achieve that 1%. Let's see what the card is for today. Six of Wands in reverse. Interesting, It's the victory card when it's upright. It's not upright, it's reverse. So, I feel like there's something about feeling far from the things that we really want, whether it's, what our goals are, what we're working towards, what we want to have. Certain things just kind of feeling like mirages in the distance coming up here. And it's like, it's not a mirage. It's totally obtainable, but it takes the nitty gritty on a day in, day out basis. You don't just win by showing up. You win by putting in the work. You win by practicing. We're talking about practice. So in a way, life is a practice, and we're all just practicing how to more efficiently get through it so we can get the wins, we can get the victory, and so that we can feel good. Today's like mental practice on what you can do to get more out of your reality, how you can put your mental intention into something followed by physical action. You know, rewards, victories, trophies, they don't just show up to those who don't earn them. And I think that that's a good example of today. So, what can you do to get 1% better, to earn the victory, to earn the crown, to earn whatever it is in life that you want? It doesn't have to come today, but we can definitely work towards it. And you know what? You never know. You might just get it if you put your energy and effort towards it. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Monday. I'll see you all for Tuesday's horoscope. Much love. Peace.